A historic day at Hampden Park. The Women's Scottish Cup semi-finals being played at the National Stadium for the first time. This afternoon, Rangers and Motherwell are the first two teams to run out to mark this historic weekend in the first semi-final for a place in the final to try and get their hands on the new Women's Scottish Cup trophy. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Stuart Mitchell. I'm ecstatic to be joined on commentary this afternoon with the current Scotland Women's National Team captain and five-time Scottish Cup winner with Glasgow City. Hello to Rachel Corsey. Rachel, first place to start. It's brilliant to be here at the National Stadium. Just what does this mean, these semi-finals being here at Hampden this weekend?
It is, Stuart, and from someone who's played in this competition, I can't tell you how far it's come that now we're looking at semi-finals and finals here, and you know, you're watching the teams warm up, or I certainly was. I like to get a feel for it, and I think you can see that the players had that extra spring in their step when they came out, as you would expect. It is a different feeling when you play here. You know, you get into the changing rooms, you walk through the tunnel. I think a lot of these players here have grown up football fans, not just football players, but football fans. So yeah, they very much understand what this means, and it's, you know, hopefully we get a performance today from both teams that'll make it a special semi-final to kick us off for the weekend.
Let's have a look at the starting lineups. Rangers make 3 changes from their 2-1 victory away to Glasgow City on Wednesday night. The changes are Essen coming in goal, Docherty and Hay step in for McLaughlin and Watson. Jenny Danielsson in the midfield has great technical ability, the Finland international. She'll be looking to unlock the Motherwell defence. Kirsty Howitt scored that late injury time winner to blow the title race in the Scottish Women's Premier League wide open. She starts an attack. Brogan Hay, one of the two sisters playing this afternoon up against each other in the squads, will be looking to create havoc on the wing for Malky Thompson's Rangers side. Interesting to see the Motherwell lineup. They make 5 changes from the 4-0 win against Glasgow Women at Fir Park in the league on Tuesday night. The players coming in: Emily Much in goal, Jo Addy, Lauren Doran-Barr, Katie Rice and Tyree Birchall, with Andrews, Noble Boys, Jardine, who's on loan from Rangers, and Gemma Hughes dropping out. Ingalls the captain, as in all the build-up for this one. Lauren Doran-Barr, goal of the quarter-final, voted yesterday in the Scottish Cup social media page, and Tyree Birchall has created havoc since signing on loan for Paul Brownlee's team. As the teams take that walk out of the tunnel, as Rachel described, will line up in view of the supporters backing both their sides, looking to cheer them on to a Scottish Cup final. Rangers looking for their first Scottish Cup final since 2010. Motherwell looking for their first appearance since 2018. Catherine Hill will lead the handshakes for Rangers. The captain going down the line. And both teams coming into this in superb form. Rangers unbeaten in 8 games in all competitions, Motherwell unbeaten in 7 in all competitions too, and both teams yet to concede a Scottish Cup goal this season. The stage is set, and what a stage it is. The first Women's Scottish Cup semi-final at Hampden Park. One of the things that interested me in the media build-up, Rachel, was just how serious the preparations have been for both teams, as you'd expect, but just getting a feel of the surroundings at Hampden. Paul Brownlee even brought his Motherwell players in what Jill Ingalls described as a bit of a school trip in the start of the week too, just to try and shake off any pre-match build-up nerves that might be there for such an occasion. Yeah, and
I think that was a really smart decision from Paul. You know, he knows that for a lot of his players this will be a very special occasion to get the opportunity to play here, and one of the things you want to take away is that just those extra nerves that might exist, and that familiarity, I think, does help that. So hopefully that's helped the players, and I think probably at this point this is where your nerves probably subside a little bit, because now, you know, it's getting so close to that kick-off time, and yeah, the players will just be excited to get their first touch on the ball and get going.
7 internationals in the Rangers starting lineup. That's the experience and the settled heads throughout Malky Thompson's squad this afternoon as they go through a little bit of a final pre-match warm-up on the right side. Motherwell go into the huddle on the left just for some final words of encouragement from captain Jill Ingalls. The referee this afternoon is Colin White, places the ball on the centre spot, and already the voices can be heard of the supporters from both sides opposite our commentary position over in the south stand at Hampden Park. And it will be Rangers who get us underway, looking for more cup success, trying to get their hands on yet more silverware. Maybe looking for a cup double this season after winning the League Cup last year, and still chasing the defence of their Scottish Women's Premier League top flight title too. And off we go as Kirsty Howitt gets the match underway. Tessel Middack immediately searches out for Brogan Hay on that right side. Out of play it goes for the Motherwell throw. And this might be an important start for Motherwell. They'll just be looking to settle themselves and try and get some good early possession on their ball to get themselves comfortable, Rachel.
Yeah, just taking their time here, which I think is sensible. But that's possibly, that long ball there's just an indication that we saw the pitch get watered just before the game, and it looks like it's going to run quickly. So I think that should enable, hopefully once the teams settle into it, the ball to get the ball down and just hopefully look for some good football.
Malky Thompson's Rangers side have been speaking about just how much they're looking forward to the size of the pitch and the style that he tries to implement with his Rangers squad. And immediately Nicola Docherty will look to use this left wing, outnumbered at the moment. Danielson offers support. There's Hannah Davison and captain Catherine Hill with plenty of area in the centre of the pitch. Chelsea Cornet looks to jink her way through. Sam Kerr will sweep up. Here's Hay. A forward run, the crossover. Watson manages to get the block in, and that'll go out for a Rangers throw as they'll look to keep up the pressure.
Yeah, I think you can see there just the Motherwell back five, nice and compact, but they're obviously willing to just sit quite deep and allow Rangers to have the ball in this early stage, and possibly that's sensible. Try and stay in the game as long as you can and build your way into it.
Maddie Knowles started at left back on Wednesday night away to Glasgow City. She's on the right side with Rachel McLaughlin dropping out of the team. She'll get another throw to take.
Yeah, I think Rachel will be disappointed not to obviously be starting today after, you know, she also contributed on the score sheet as well, but I think that's probably where you see the depth in the Rangers squad, is they're able to make those changes, make sure the players are fresh, and you know, it's been a big week for both these teams, having that midweek fixture as well to contend with.
Docherty, a bit heavy for Danielson. Motherwell claim they'll be awarded the throw. The good work from Amy Anderson. It's her 5th straight start since missing a couple of months at the start of the year for Motherwell. An important player that Paul Brownlee brought from Hamilton Academical. Joadi with the throw. Aims for Carla Boyce. There's 14 goals this season for Motherwell. And she has the feeling right now as she sends that long throw forward for Tyree Burchell to chase. A little too much on it. And Hannah Davison can see over the line for the Rangers goal kick.
Yeah, probably worth a try there. Just try and catch Rangers off guard with a quick throw in, you know, after slowing the game down. Possibly wouldn't have expected it, but just a little much on that.
Docherty settles for Davidson. Now Hill. Again, Motherwell will need to be aware of the space on this left side for Docherty. Run across there. Let's just put Nicola Docherty, the Rangers defender, off. There's Lauren Doran-Barr just running across the line of vision. Joadi started on all 3 Scottish Cup matches for Motherwell. It's her 25th appearance of the season. Cornet heads on. Middack swipes it away. Motherwell possession. Middack in front of Boyce. Floats the ball beautifully for Brogan Hay. Keeps it in play. 1-on-1 with Ingalls. Support from Nolf. But Jill Ingalls has done superbly well there. On her side, the free kick too, because she was outnumbered over on that flank, Rachel.
Yeah, 2v1 there. I think Brogan Hay got caught in two minds there. You know, she probably felt she possibly in that 1v1 situation would have preferred to go herself. The overlap came, sorry, and she just yeah, a little bit untidy with their feet, which is very rare to see. And yeah, as you say, great defending there from Jill Ingles, and just a free kick which will relieve the pressure again for Motherwell.
Motherwell's form in 2023 especially has been great. Only 3 defeats in that time to Hibs, Rangers and Glasgow City. As Boyce goes for one from distance, but that will not trouble Victoria Essen. New Zealand international will restart quickly.
A little bit ambitious, but probably goes down as the first shot of the game, so there we go.
Docherty. Danielson to her left. Here is Jenny Danielson. Tessel Middag switches sides and goes there again. Falls to Howitt, who drives. Saved by the right foot of Emily Much. And she had to be alert there, the Motherwell goalkeeper, because her defenders in front weren't that much, and it allowed Kirsty Howitt to steal the ball and get an effort on goal for Rangers. Yeah, just someone you don't want to be leaving that kind of time and space to pick up the ball.
No, you don't. Just a little bit passive there, I think, and that's sometimes the danger of having a low block. You can get into a little bit of a rhythm of not actually getting close enough to the ball. You know, you're shifting all the time. You see them, and you know they're trying to move together, which has been.
Cornet. Will she get there first? Much again. Quick out of the 6-yard area to smother. Important couple of touches for Emily Much, the 21-year-old. That one goes beyond Laurie Gardner. Rangers will have the throw in. Middag has space. Showed a little bit to Burchell, but no pressure. As Hannah Davison will move forward. Intriguing to watch the Rangers' movement as the centre backs will be encouraged to step into the Motherwell half. Here's Kirsty Howitt peeling away from Rafferty, still has it, picks up Nolf, shot blocked. Danielson immediately swarmed but finds the pass to Nicola Docherty and drags that one wide of the far post. But you just mentioned about that low block there, Rachel, and it seemed all the Motherwell defenders got drawn into that one space where the ball was, and that left the opportunity. Yeah,
it did, and it's both fullbacks there. I think the ball first falls to Nolf. She can't quite get her shot off, and then you've got Nick Docherty as well pushing on this left-hand side, and it's a good opportunity from her. You know, she scored a few goals this season from similar positions. She just didn't quite catch that one as she would have liked to, but it's certainly in the last couple of minutes we've seen a few warning signs. You know, we're only into the 8th minute, and I think Motherwell are just probably need to be a little bit more aggressive, certainly in this final third for Rangers. You have to get close to the ball. You have to be in a position to try and affect it a little bit more.
8 minutes played, still 0-0 in the first of 2 Scottish Cup semi-finals at Hampden this weekend. Chelsea Watson on the throw-in duties. Katie Rice out-muscled. Rafferty clearance off Kirsty Howitt. She'll recover. Uses Much. Didn't play in Tuesday's 4-0 win at Fir Park for Motherwell. Young goalkeeper is Doran Bart. Goes looking for Burchell. I mentioned in the team lineups Tyree Burchell's form is absolutely tremendous for Motherwell. Made such an impact on loan from Celtic. 5 goals and 10 appearances for the Fir Park club.
Yeah, really exciting young player. Really looking forward to seeing a lot more of her, and you know she's had some good experience youth national team level, and hopefully got a very bright future.
She's playing ahead of Carla Boyce with all those goals to Boyce's name this season. Looking to make it tricky for the Rangers defence and who to pick up. Laurie Gardner's also on the other side. Addy will aim the ball up towards those attackers. Rangers unhappy with the distance travelled by the Motherwell centre back. Too much distance on the crossfield pass for Brogan Hay there. Yeah,
I think Rangers are just getting a little bit over anxious to go forward. When you play against a low block with so many people behind the ball, you need to just allow yourself to be patient, let the ball move quickly, and try and find little spaces where you can combine and get in behind, create 2v1s. I think they've possibly been a little bit wasteful so far.
Rangers will look to go again. Davison had to stretch to get there. Docherty has that space once more. Howitt asks, turns right into Chelsea Watson, and gets that one away upfield. Birchall will chase the heels of Catherine Hill. Essen offers. Davison. Lewis-born, signed from AIK in Sweden last summer. Her only Scottish Cup appearance was in the February win over Rossvale. She passes to Catherine Hill. Cornet made the move, still trickles through. Sam Kerr. Now Docherty. Rangers with a front line of 5. Danielson has it on the right foot. That one wasted. Kerr has the opportunity to continue. Davison with the diagonal. Look first the cut back. Superbly blocked, and again. And a sore one in the Motherwell defence. But brilliant last ditch defending as Howitt and Danielson were looking to cause trouble. Appreciation shown by the rest of the Motherwell players. Emily Much too. And that's the definition of throwing your body on the line there, Rachel. You'll know as a defender.
That was remarkable. She's
first the cut back.
I think
Superb block, and again.
Danielson
And a sore one
second time around
in the Motherwell defence.
She just puts her head right where the ball is in Danielson's foot, and you know, she's not even taking treatment. So brave play, and obviously it's good to see she's not hurt. She's up on her feet and she's good to carry on.
Amazing defending from Jo Addy. Started in all 3 of the Scottish Cup matches for Motherwell. Scored in the 4-0 win in the 5th round at home to Montrose. She was making sure Rangers didn't score there.
Yeah, and certainly know plenty of centre-backs who wouldn't be putting their head there. I won't name them.
You could tell me off air at half time. Hay. Midak will pick up. Those tight little spaces. Ingalls with the aggressive move forward. She wanted the throw in for her side, but Rangers will have it. Nov picks out Kerr. Katie Rice takes over. Birchall will chase, but it drops to Davison. Boyce gets her body in the way. Can't find Gardner. He does manage to pick it up. Boyce again. Smooth skills. Draws Sam Kerr in. And will that one be too heavy for Gardner to get to? She won't give it up yet. It does go over the line. But just that sign, Rachel, that Motherwell are just starting to find their feet now, especially with Boyce, his quick thinking in the midfield there.
Yeah, really lovely feet from Boyce there, and on both occasions, you know, she did well to win the ball back, and then three Rangers players surrounding her, and she just coolly turns. And give our team a chance to get into Rangers' final third.
Chelsea Cornet. Lovely touch on the toes of Kirsty Howitt. Docherty coming forward. Doran Barr not leaving Howitt alone right in front of the referee. The ball for Docherty, nods it into a dangerous area, but the flag raised on the far side by the assistant.
Yeah, it was offside, but I'm surprised Nick chose to head that. I'm not quite sure what she saw. I think, well, it doesn't matter because she was off, but you know, if she gets that chance again, they're looking for that ball. I think she probably wants to take that down and possibly get a shot off or square it.
She may be just expecting someone to gamble and be making the run into the box, and no one was there, and that will be something that will become tricky in this game for Motherwell, is those extra runners moving forward and not knowing who to pick up.
Yeah, exactly, and Kirsty Howitt's very much a penalty box striker. She obviously got the ability to score from distance too, but she is someone who will be in and around everything, so I'm sure Nick was anticipating that she would be in the mix, and you know, in that time she just had dropped short.
Hill, you can see Essen out of the penalty area, offering as an extra outfield player if needed. Davison again, she'll now step up. Cornet made her Scotland debut earlier this month in the win against Australia in London. Kerr for Brogan Hay, two in the area. He can't get it over. Rangers will have the throw. Adinov get ready to take. Kerr and Hay still hanging around. It's for Kirsty Howitt. Watson watches closely. Addy's header down. Boyce clears.
Good defending again, but just a little too easy to let Rangers into the box in the first instance. You know, from those throw-ins, I think you have to limit the chance of Rangers being able to then put that ball in. You know, that's what they want to try and do. So Motherwell certainly have enough players behind the ball. It's just about getting those players to come and make sure, you know, you're in front and behind, prevent just the simple up back and deliver.
Rangers free kick. Katie Rice committing the foul on the far side. Sam Kerr can't pierce it through for Hay. Middack's there to pick up. Passes, moves, and says she's available. Kerr rides the challenge. Docherty. Rangers moving into the final third again. Makes its way through for Jenny Danielson. Can she find the space to deliver? Blocked by Addy. Deflection takes out for first Rangers corner. And they'll be looking to threaten with over a quarter of the game played. An opportunity for Hill and Davison to go and join the attack for Tessel Middack's delivery. Left hand raised. Instructions signalled. Davison's header isn't on target. Sam Kerr beyond Rafferty. Davison's header, and it's a beautiful header from Hannah Davison, and she opens the scoring for Rangers in this historic semi-final at Hampden. Hannah Davison with the goal. It's Rangers 1, Motherwell 0.
Yeah, it's a great header. Sam Kerr does very well to keep the ball alive. Second phase of a corner, and I think that's often when teams can be vulnerable, and when you put the centre back forward,
header, and it's a beautiful header from Hannah.
It's a lovely ball in from Sam Kerr. Bullet header from 6 yards out. As a centre back, you love that. It's nice and floated, great weight, as I say, from Sam, and good finish. And now Motherwell, we might see something where they're going to have to be a bit more ambitious now and maybe step things up.
Last at the back of the net twice in February in the league win against Hibs. An important goal from Hannah Davison. She lined up in the centre of defence on Wednesday night. Lined up to open the scoring. Rangers recycled the ball from the set piece back into the box. And Davison, who had the earlier header, made no mistake with the second attempt. And we spoke about how Motherwell would be settling by getting some possession and just getting comfortable in the ball, and there's no doubt that early goal will settle Rangers too.
Yeah, it will. I think they found it difficult to create, you know, from open play, and they have players that are dangerous from set plays, and I think now we'll see them probably relax a little more and look for those combinations that they've constantly been trying and forcing a little bit.
Docherty for Danielson, rolls the ball on the studs, diverts it, and it's Middack. Great stop from Emily Much. It's just reactions to get the right leg out and stop the ball creeping in at the near post. And she'll turn it behind for another Rangers corner. Good stop from Much. Middack to deliver again. Rangers' second corner in this semi-final. A congested 6-yard area. Headed away by Chelsea Watson. Kerr's there to recover again. Nolf still has options. Watson once again with the clearing header. And Motherwell just look to get it away. Docherty lines up the strike. And that one will take a deflection. We'll go behind for a third Rangers corner, and Malky Thompson's side are really upping the pressure now.
Yeah, they've just upped the intensity. You can even see, you know, Tessel Middag here just run in to take the corner. I think, you know, they can feel that momentum shift, and they're looking to capitalise on it, and a couple of corners on the bounce here to try and see if they can find a way to get a second goal.
It's towards Kerr, who's at the back. Heads it into the sky. Davison's there. Motherwell claim for a foul. Play continues. Burchell will look to hold up. Tries to turn Docherty. Great play from Nicola Docherty. And now she finds Howitt. It's heavy for Middag. Now Motherwell might look to break. Gardner can't take it in. Burchell's there to help out. Good use of the body. Allows Middag to clatter into the back. Great play from the youngster.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what you typically see from someone that's a far more seasoned number 9 than someone so young. But you know, great to see, just intelligent play and trying to buy her team just a little bit of territory more than anything. But unfortunately, it's Rangers have the ball again. But a great play from young Tyree Burchell.
It's her 10th start for Motherwell this afternoon. Middag again looks to drive that ball over to the right side. That one too far in front of Brogan Hay.
Yeah, she's got great quality, Tessel Middag. It's one of her attributes, getting the ball in there and finding her teammates, creating opportunities from a deeper position. But a few times now she's tried that switch ball and just too much on it.
She's one of the signings that Malky Thompson brought to Rangers a couple of seasons ago now. Really made a big impression on the success that he wants this squad to have, the experience internationally with Netherlands and throughout her club career too. Really looking to imprint that winning mentality on the squad when she came in.
Yeah, no doubt one of the top players playing in the Women's Premier League at the moment.
That one not too far away from Sam Kerr, who was just looking to run beyond and into the box. Emily much grateful to see her not get anywhere near it.
I've told Sam if she's going to wear those orange boots, she's no time for a bad game. So she's already got an assist for today, though, so we can say she's made a good start to today's performance.
Bit easier to pick out for us, though, being so far away up here in the North Stand, though, isn't it?
That's very true.
Did you tell her to wear them for that reason?
No. I try my best to avoid any old person jokes.
Catherine Hill. Docherty with all the space again. Danielson unable to keep that under control, and Motherwell has the throw again. And Paul Brownlee's out at the edge of the technical area up over on the far side. What do you think he'll be saying to his team after losing that early goal?
Yeah, he is, and he's got a very distinctive voice. I think we're starting to just hear it, the echo of his voice reach us over here as well. And you'll just be trying to encourage the team, because at 1-0 you're still in the game, and we're still only just past 20 minutes in, so that there's no need to panic. But I think he's going to try and encourage his players to keep defending as diligently as they have been. And you know, it's not a point where they need to rush things or change anything too drastically, but it's just about giving that encouragement to keep them disciplined, keep them working together, keep that line squeezed, and keep getting pressure on the ball when they can.
Ingalls finds Burchell. She's lost out. Here's Sam Kerr. Danielson making the move. Doran Barr in the way. Will Howitt get there? Rafferty stays on her feet. Wise decision. Boyce across, and just there to help out the defence.
Rafferty doing well there. It's easy to want to stick a leg out. She allowed Kirsty Howitt to probably get the ball, but knew that if she stayed goal side, she'd give herself probably the best chance. So good defending there, I would say.
Rangers pass up the opportunity from the throw-in. Jo Addy over to take again. Just giving herself and her squad some time to organise on the pitch in those white lines. Cornet's header forward. Doran Barley's off for Addy. She'll go over the top. Davison, the goal scorer. Cam lofting it over the head of Burchell for Docherty. Now Rangers will move in the opposite direction. Hill invited forward. Danielson on the touchline. Docherty skips the challenge. We'll have Rangers outfield players in the Motherwell half at the moment. Just looking to move the team in claret and amber around. Create an open space. Danielson's done that with a superb pass over for Brogan Hay. Kerr on the edge of the area. He can't pick her out there. Katie Rice, the only one there. And just happy to settle for conceding the Rangers' throat. Quickly taken. The Jers looking to go through the gears. Well done by Doran Barr once again to just take that off the toes of Jenny Danielson. And when she's breaking away with the ball, she's got Nicola Docherty right there as well, so it's a difficult task.
That is excellent defending. Does really well, and really unlucky not just to skip beyond that challenge from Nick Docherty and you know, break away, but brilliant defending.
Burchell teases Davison in. She's going through the centre if Gardner's aware. She'll be patient though. Carla Boyce on the overlap. Continues away from Cornet. Couldn't get the ball into the box. Now Rangers will attempt to catch Motherwell out. Kerr's forced back though. Boyce goes down. The referee on the spot and awards the free kick. And that's a superb opportunity for the women of Steel to use what Paul Brownlee will have been coaching on the training pitch about these set pieces. These are the opportunities that Motherwell will be looking to take when they present themselves today. You're absolutely right, and you know they need a good delivery from this position. This could be one of the best, well certainly is the best opportunity of this half so far, and a great chance to put the ball in the box and try and create something. And they have a set piece specialist here in Katie Rice, the number 8. Whether she goes for goal or plays it in as a delivery, there's quality in that left foot. Well, you're at Hampden, you never know, that might be worth having a go. There's plenty around in the penalty box should there be any rebound from Victoria Essen here too. 3 goals already this season, Katie Rice. Up she steps. It's on goal. Taken comfortably by Essen. Yeah, it's a good effort. I think it was worth the shot. Katie Rice is someone who's capable of you know, something dangerous from that position. On that occasion, it probably a poorer effort by her standards, but definitely worth taking it on. And the crowd getting into it as Jill Ingalls has another free kick for Motherwell here. That aggressive play that Rachel spoke about earlier on show. Maybe just a bit of confidence growing after losing the early goal to Hannah Davison's header. And Motherwell with another opportunity from the opposite side. Six in the D, awaiting the ball over. Lifted high. Davison heads away. Strong in the attacking penalty area and strong in the defensive. Middag sets Howitt away. The support on the right coming up over the halfway line in Brogan Hay. But great awareness from Howitt with Nicola Docherty on the left. She carries forward. Players bursting in at the back post. Docherty across. Headed away. Chelsea Cornet. Nov gives the midfielder the ball back. Davison chases. Danielson for Docherty. Nifty footwork back for Hill. Charging forward. Cornet trying around the corner pass. The ball drops to her. And that one clears the crossbar. I just felt the pace of that attack just drop a little bit after the first chance went down, but it looked like it was going to be a terrific break from Rangers there.
Yeah, brilliant vision from Kirsty Howitt, as you mentioned. Finds Nick Doherty, and wicked cross from her. She's got a great left foot, and it's absolutely fantastic defending from Jo Addy to firstly get her header outside the penalty area, and then there's numbers back to defend the second phase too. So exciting play, you know, great break from Rangers, and an equally great defending from Motherwell to snuff it all out.
Just short of a half hour played, Rangers 1, Motherwell 0 at Hampden Park in the first of these historic Women's Scottish Cup semi-finals here. Malky Thompson in the technical area on your right, oversees the move from the throw-in as Rangers play the ball back. Screams around the National Stadium of up, and Rangers will move it left with Nicola Doherty. 43 Scotland caps, a few goals now at senior level. Hill plays the ball through. Howitt spins. He around, teasing delivery over, no one claimed. Rangers won't relent. Boyce there once again in this first half, doing a great job just in front of the defence in the midfield. Broganhay, Cornet for Howitt. Danielson in the area. Howitt there again, but it's swiped away by Ingalls. Still in field. Sam Kerr has time. Nolf looked for the cutback. Danielson was there. Kerr with the strike. Rangers squeezing around that penalty box area.
Yeah, not probably Sam's specialty, shooting from distance, but definitely worth an effort. Good strike at goal, comfortable save from Emily Much, but another good spell from Rangers.
Katie Rice out for the Motherwell captain. Burchell on the shoulder of the defence. The flag raised by the assistant just in front of her commentary position. Offside the call. Doherty. Malky Thompson has said these are the stages that Rangers want to play on. These are the events. Cornet tries to pick out Howitt. She hasn't given Ingalls any rest there, and Kirsty Howitt goes down. The ball cleared away, and the referee will go to check that the Rangers striker's okay. But that's becoming a very interesting battle with Kirsty Howitt and a number of those Motherwell defenders so far in this game.
Yeah, she works hard, she likes to put herself about, she's not willing to put in a challenge, and she does well there to get a block on the clearance, and obviously the ball looks like it's going to ricochet into her path, and I think she just felt, you know, she possibly got an arm. It's difficult to, you know, I think sometimes you do get those as a free kick, and not on this occasion, and the referee obviously just stopped and play to make sure nothing serious, and she's back on her feet.
Burchell back for Ingalls. Off with the Rangers' throat. Davison urged to continue up to the halfway line. Doherty's forward. Clips it up looking for Howitt. She's all alone, Kirsty Howitt. Superb stop from Much. Danielson now can't use the defender, Jo Addy, to curl the ball around towards goal, but that is a superb stop from Emily Much, keeping the score at 1-0.
That is a fantastic save. I think if it goes 2-0, it's extremely tough for Motherwell to get themselves back in the game. So huge save. Stays big, does well, gets her foot on that. It's a magnificent save.
Free kick awarded to the women of Steel there. As Katie Rice gets back to her feet. Incredible passage of play. Top goalkeeping from Emily Much. And Kirsty Howitt has that kind of time, that kind of space. You expected the Rangers attacker to just pick a side. But Much, who made an earlier stop at the near post from where she is at the moment, with the foot earlier in the first half, comes up with another. Keeps this game at this stage within Motherwell's reach to get back level.
Yeah, and you know, it is a great save. It's also a great touch from Kirsty Howitt to just bring the ball down like that. And you know, you do expect her just to finish it, but shouldn't overlook just the technique there to create that opportunity. And she will be disappointed that she's not just passed the ball into the back of the net.
Just a sign of potentially another route for Rangers to attack. They've tried to go down the wings a lot, but then that earlier ball over the top of the defence centrally. There's been such a wide pitch here at Hampden Park. As Malky Thompson's side look to catch Motherwell out. Danielson. Howitt again. Cornet. It's a heavy one for Sam Kerr. Rangers still have it though. North back for Hill. Drives it through. Howitt may get there. The flag raised as she rounds Emily Much. Puts the ball in the net, but it won't count. An example of how to play the offside trap there, Rachel.
Oh yeah, heart and mouth moment, I'm sure, for a few of those in the back five. But good line, good discipline. I think it was offside, just slightly too early there from Kirsty Howitt. You know, she's got the pace to get in behind. I think that's one thing we'll see from Motherwell backline. They need to be very careful, because you expect Rangers to physically, you know, keep this intensity up for the whole match, and players like Kirsty Howitt are going to keep making that run and keep making that run, and you know, she's very good at that timing normally. We've seen it through the week against Glasgow City, where she's got a similar situation. So you know, Motherwell obviously will be relieved the flag did go up on that occasion.
Under 10 minutes until half time. Rangers have the lead. We'll have a feature at the half time interval. Some ex-players and some pundits talking about the importance of the Women's Scottish Cup, and the goals of the round in the quarter-finals, and the making of the new trophy. Motherwell have another free kick here. Credit to the play when they get into the Rangers half, because they've drawn Rangers into the challenges at times, and it gives them a great foundation to try and build. They'll go short this time. Rice looks long. Hill's header away. Danielson. And the late clip on the Rangers attacker. It means the Gers have a free kick. Here's the goal scorer, Davison. You can bet Rangers want another before half time. Tessel Middag. Hill. Hay hugging the touchline. No threads it through. Cornet. Brogan Hay. Maddie Noth. Here's Howitt. Clips it for the run of Brogan Hay. Has a look up. Cuts it back. There's the touch. And it's diverted wide of the post by Kirsty Howitt, who's making the late run into the box. Another opportunity for her. Goes wide. But she's finding the space, she's getting the timing down there.
Yeah, I think great play in general, good combination on down that right hand side. I think Brogan Hay can whip that in first time. As she decides to take the touch, and I think then the right option is a cutback, but you just seen Nicola Docherty coming in at the back post there. I think if she fizzes that across the face first time, you know, you're asking the defenders, are you going to dangle a leg out, or Nick Docks ultimately back post for a tap in if you get the delivery right.
Composed play from Docherty there. Kirsty Howitt has 3 goals in Rangers' 3 Scottish Cup ties this season. A double against the University of Stirling, 1 against Rossvale. She's looking for 1 in the semi-final. Sam Kerr. Hay, heavy touch, presents an opportunity to Rice. Carla Boyce. Can't pick out Doran Barr. Here she is. She tried to lift that early, well aware that Essam is off her line. The Rangers goalkeeper trying to prevent a corner there too.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why she didn't just use her hands in that instance. Almost gave away an unnecessary corner, but she salvaged it.
The Scottish Cup start and appearance was back in the 4th round in January, and that win against University of Stirling. There's some concern here for Motherwell and Paul Brownlee as Tyree Birchall is down and requires some treatment. We have touched on how important she'll be to the way that Motherwell have planned and prepared for this semi-final this afternoon, and we'll give the squad an opportunity to go over and have a chat with the coaching staff. Paul Brownlee, Leanne Crichton coming out just to get some water onto the players. Tyree Birchall just getting her right leg looked at, it appears. But we've seen a couple of opportunities of the on-the-shoulder runs for her to just try and send the Rangers defence back, because they do get the opportunity on the ball to step up towards the halfway line, and that's one player that the coaching staff at Motherwell won't want to lose early in the semi-final.
No, Stuart, and I think she'll be okay. I think she possibly just took a knock in that challenge where she's done really, really well to win the ball back and allow Doran Barr to get her shot off. Sometimes those are just sore ones. You need just a few extra seconds to just walk it off, and you know, hopefully she's able to continue. As you say, what's been asked of her, she's done a very, very efficient job so far. You know, a few of those balls in behind have not quite had the right weight, but she'll chase down anything, and what she has done really well today, and I've been impressed, is how she's used her body for somebody so young against, you know, experienced centre backs who've probably, you know, got size and stature bigger than hers. Uses her body intelligently and has won her team, you know, free kicks, got her team up the pitch. So hopefully she's okay to continue.
18-year-old standing on the touchline, just trying to shake off the effects. Motherwell without Lucy Ronald, who suffered a serious injury at Spartans last Sunday, and it took a bit of time for the Motherwell squad to get over the impact of that through the game. Will McDonald-Ngwa, Kayla Jardine has been making an impression on loan from Rangers, can't play in this one. Rangers, a few absentees, and Lisa Martinez, Kayla McCoy, Jane Ross. Chelsea Watson will have the throw as we tick down towards the half-time interval. Rangers 1, Motherwell 0 at Hampden. Hannah Davison with a lovely header opening the scoring. Here she is on the ball. Rangers try to stretch around the Hampden surface. We'll have a free kick. You can see the urgency in Tessel Middag. Short to Danielson. Cornet was looking for Hay. She'll use Hill to get there. Howitt. Touch and move. Hay supporting on the overlap. Crosses first time. It's towards Middag. Blocked by Boyce. Amy Anderson gets it away. Motherwell player down in the box. Again, an example of the bodies on the line from the Women of Steel in this first half. Not for the first time has that last ditch block been required.
Yeah, no, I think it's Carla Boyce. She had to get there. Middag's just lining up from probably, what's that, we were going to say 10 yards to just try and get a shot on target, and very much I would expect it would have tested Emily Much. So really important block, and she obviously just hurt herself in doing so, but it's been very valuable for her team, and also another valuable 30 seconds for the rest of the girls to just get that extra breather. Motherwell desperately hoping they can get to half time with the score still at 1-0.
She's okay. I mentioned earlier how important she's been in the goal scoring charts for Motherwell. Important there in the defensive zone. And again, it just, on the other side of it, allows a bit more time to pass by for Paul Brownlee's team towards half time. Rangers with another minute of normal time on the ball. Davison for Docherty. Danielson. Moved quickly. It's Kerr. Birchall going toe-to-toe with Danielson. Middack moves it for Hill. Crowded out. The Rangers captain doesn't give it up. Goes through to Howitt. Hill still moving forward as Danielson tries to find some space. Worked well. Brogan Hay. Donenbar's touch. Addy in an awkward body position. Just had to get it as far away as she could, and she'll concede a corner late in this first half. Rangers fourth. 2 additional minutes signalled by the fourth official. Tessel Middack ready with the corner. Towards the front post, Ingalls heads it on. It drops to Kerr. Has a look up. Bjorn Watson drives it over. Unbelievable. How is Hannah Davison not added to her goal tally this afternoon? It looked like it just needed a touch, but somehow it clears the crossbar up and over, and the score remains at Rangers 1, Motherwell 0.
Yeah, somehow she's ended up in the goal and the ball hasn't. She's just stretching for it there, and you just see as she reaches with her right foot. Possibly was one that it might have been easier if she'd gone with her left, and yeah, should have been 2, but still just the 1.
Into the additional time. Here is Davison again. Nolf. Catherine Hill. Davison over the halfway line. Doherty has a look at the options. Danielson is one. Gets it back from Middack. Cornet. Stabbed out for Nolf. He offers to help out. She gets there. Does that come off Gillian Ingalls last? Yes, say the officials. And Motherwell will have a final corner to defend in this half. Rangers with potentially a last opportunity in the opening 45 minutes to add to their lead. Hey, back from Middack. Maddie Nolf slips it through. Danielson leaves it for Middack. Turn back to Maddie Nolf. Stopped by Much. And gratefully grasps at it. Addy there to shield. And that is the final opportunity of the first half. An entertaining first 45 minutes at Hampden Park in the first of these historic Women's Scottish Cup semi-finals this weekend. As the teams go off for the team talks from the respective managers, you do feel there'll be things to be pleased about in both camps for Malky Thompson of Rangers and Paul Brownlee of Motherwell. Malky Thompson happy to be in the lead. Paul Brownlee will be pleased with some of the defending that he's witnessed from his side for the cause. But it was Hannah Davison who opened the scoring after 18 minutes in this one. Rangers had a corner on the left side. He kept up the pressure. The crossover for Hannah Davison, who was the highest in the penalty box, and powered the header into the back of the net for her fourth goal of the season. Some terrific goalkeeping from Emily Much has kept the score at 1-0. Some terrific defending too, you have to say. The cross from Sam Kerr. Davison towering above everyone, and Emily Much had no chance with that one. There was an opportunity. She had to turn behind with the right foot when Middack tried to squeeze one in, and some superb goalkeeping on Kirsty Howitt kept the score down. Davison had a chance on the goal line just before regulation time was up that somehow went over the crossbar. Rachel Corsey and I will have a short break just to get our breath back from that entertaining first half. We'll leave you with those segments that we spoke about earlier, some of the ex-players and pundits talking about the importance of the cup, the goals of the quarter-final round and the making of the trophy. Join us again for the second half shortly at half-time at Hampden Park in the first semi-final of the Women's Scottish Cup. It's Rangers 1, Motherwell 0. half-time, and ahead of the second half, it's currently Rangers 1, Motherwell 0. Hannah Davison with the goal just after 17 minutes in the first half with a header. Motherwell get us underway. Rangers have made a change. Kirsty Howitt withdrawn. She hasn't come back out for the second half and replaced by 17-year-old Emma Watson. Made her 30th Rangers appearance of the season in the win against Glasgow City on Wednesday night. Really counting up the appearances this season. And back at the venue where she made such an impression in her early senior Scotland days, with a couple of goals against Costa Rica just 11 days ago. Malky Thompson has thrown her on to make an impact back at Hampden again in the Scottish Cup semi-final. Delighted to be joined by Rachel Corsey, 5-time winner of this competition with Glasgow City, on the co-commentary this afternoon. Rachel, starting with Rangers, Malky Thompson's made that change. They had a big game on Wednesday night against Glasgow City in the league. Has that maybe had an impact in their first half performance, despite being a goal up? Were we expecting maybe a bit more from Rangers?
I don't necessarily think it's had an impact. I think these players are prepared and well equipped to be able to handle that load. I think, as you say, it probably was a little bit of a lethargic first half at times for Rangers. I think they have a few more gears to go through, and I'm sure at half time that was the message.
Brogan Hay teasing ball over, no takers, as Jenny Danielson was around at that front post. Malky Thompson had sent the players out early to warm up with that change being made.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're talking about. I think they can get in behind a little quicker, and if they can get the quality as you'd expect from the players they have, very capable to do that. And you've got the likes of Brogan Hay, now Emma Watson on the other side. They're players that like to go 1v1, and that's something I feel they can utilise far more.
Here is Emma Watson carrying the ball for Nicola Docherty. We'll touch on Motherwell in just a moment as Rangers look to try and unlock another way through the Motherwell defence. Davison. Watson trying to skip around. Will Kerr get there? Rice keeps a close watch. Danielson. Knopf's running through. Hay there too. And Jill Ingalls will carry forward. Motherwell, some superb defending to keep the score at 1-0 in that first half. A couple of opportunities from the set pieces. Rangers will have one here in a free kick. I was listening to the podcast with yourself and Leanne in the week, Rachel. One of the things that Leanne Crichton said in Motherwell, out the top three, it's maybe be more of a challenge to get closer to Rangers out of those three this season, but they did well in that first half.
They certainly did, and I think when she says that, she possibly feels disappointed because the scoreline has maybe reflected that gap that Rangers obviously have. And I think that they will be very happy, though. They've limited them to very few chances. Emily Much with some fantastic saves, but you need that in games like this. You need your goalkeeper to make saves, and at 1-0 they're very much in it, and I think they certainly will be the happier of the two teams at half time, and it'll be about encouraging them in this early period in the second half to just stay in the game. I think they did that really well after going behind in that early period. And moments like this, buying fouls, getting free kicks and getting the chance to then play in Rangers half, it is certainly going to be key as the game continues.
Paul Brownlee explained his side are here on merit, fully deserve to be here on this stage. He's proud of the journey they've been on. One of the things from last season was just looking for improvement and improving in this game too. The cut back for Birchall does well to keep her feet, and the cross straight to Tessel Middack. Motherwell not scared to get the numbers forward there in that attack either, and they'll look to get back into shape to defend. Here's Maddie Nolf starting at right back. There's Danielson there, who switched sides from the left to the right for the second half. Her attempted cross charged down by Chelsea Watson, and Rangers will have their first corner of the second half.
Yeah, intense stuff there for us, and just a disappointing cross there. Great that Motherwell build their way into the other half. I think it's Doran Barr. She just can't beat the first player, and I think, as you said, Motherwell had bodies forward, so disappointing to waste that opportunity.
Tessel Middack with the outswinger towards the back post. Hill waiting, as was Chelsea Watson. Heads away comfortably. Motherwell look to move up the pitch through Laurie Gardner. First Scottish Cup appearance this season. Was out with injury through December and February. Looking to make an impact for the Women of Steel. Malky Thompson's Rangers looking to build on the success from the league win last year. They've already won the SWPL Cup this season. Looking to add to that trophy cabinet. I did say the League and Cup is different, but for a club like Rangers, it's the momentum that matters. Despite how the competitions may be treated differently, they want to keep picking up the victories, keep imposing their style on the opposition, and for the Rangers supporters to be proud of, to draw in the supporters. Doherty cushions the header forward. Amy Anderson with the last touch. Hannah Davison, the game's only goal scorer so far. Hill invited forward. Goes for the long range effort. That sails wide and over. But another thing that Motherwell need to be wary of, because they're happy to just drop into the centre in front of the D of the penalty box, and it does allow that space just in front for Hannah Davison and Catherine Hill to come forward.
Yeah, I think Motherwell will be quite happy if they can limit Rangers to shots from centre backs from 30 yards. You know, I noticed that when I watched Rangers before against Celtic. They enjoy to take the strike if they get the opportunity to from outside the box. I think they possibly need to be a little bit more patient and work better opportunities. I think they can get down the sides, as we mentioned, and with those early deliveries into the box. Now with Danielson playing through the centre, they've got that focal point. They've got someone who'll want to, you know, almost be a poacher in that central area, and I think Rangers need to try and do a little bit more on the ball to create those opportunities.
Doherty, lovely spin from Chelsea Cornet and unleashes the strike. That one dips over the crossbar too. Lovely build-up play, creating her own space, using her body extremely well to just roll.
Yep, great feet.
I'm going to look to build. Watson. Hill underneath it. Danielson's quick touch for Cornet. Doherty coming up that far side. Chelsea Cornet again. Move to Hill. Brogan Hay. That one evades Maddie Nolf and out for the Motherwell throw. I did say, Paul Brownlee said the big aim for this season was the improvement. It's been massive from that season, from what the coaching staff have witnessed the players evolve into a much better team, much better performances, and they've started this one the first 8 or 9 minutes in the same fashion they started the first. Strong heads, very composed.
Yeah, they have, and I totally agree with that. That, you know, the growth that they've made as a team, as a club, with the women's side has been very, very impressive.
Watson pierces the pass through. Doherty gets there. She has a look towards the referee, who only points for a goal kick. There might be a word in her ear as she runs back into position for throwing the ball away there. You can just think about the conversations on the pitch between the Rangers players, trying to drive the standards through each other. Tessel Medak. Rangers want a second. Nolf, lovely cross, touch from Watson at the front post. Doran Barr tried to nod it on. Emma Watson's there. She sweeps up. Doherty for Medak. Malky Thompson watches on behind Hannah Davison. Hill's first time pass for Kerr. Hay gives it back to Sam Kerr, and another superb challenge, that time from Georgie Rafferty, sliding in, turns the ball behind, and it's Rangers' second corner of the second half.
Great interchange, and I think that's just the tempo that we know Rangers have in them. The one-touch combinations just to create that gap, and Sam Kerr, great run, just can't get a shot away quick enough, and good defending in the end to get a block by Motherwell.
Medak has options. Andy nods it away at the back post. Kerr, charged down. Shot from Watson, blocked. Motherwell scrapping to get it away. North looks to retrieve.
Surprised Motherwell haven't addressed that half time. I think almost every second phase corner's fallen to Sam Kerr at the back post, and she's free every time and able to just recycle another ball back into the box.
Danielson picks up. Lovely neat passing in a tight space from Rangers. To draw Motherwell in and stretch out the shape. To defend over the top towards Hay. Ingalls gets there first and loops it out of play for a throw. Catherine Hill. Will she cross? Left for Watson. Docherty threads it through, but no one making that run into the area. Addy can sweep up with Much. If you are just joining us, Emily Much with a few fantastic stops in the first half. A couple with her feet has kept this score that Rangers 1, Motherwell 0. Motherwell still in with a chance to level. Rangers looking to stretch away. And they will have an opportunity from another free kick. This one a little deeper than before. Options all over for Tessel Medak. No, thought about making a run there from a right back position, but not in tune with Medak. Kerr takes it short. Medak delivers. It's over the head of Davidson. The second ball to sweep up. Rafferty and Ingalls combined to do that. Ingalls spoke about the excitement in the squad this weekend, but been such a busy schedule of domestic football that's helped keep Motherwell's focus on the task in hand with that win against Glasgow Women in the league on Tuesday night at Fir Park, which Paul Brownlee, quite interesting and maybe something that easy to forget, the amount of games that Motherwell have played at K Park domestically, just looking to get accustomed to playing on the grass on a big pitch and in the stadium again, Rachel.
Yeah, and I think they've acquitted themselves very, very well. Great defending again from Jo Addy, just the composure to let the ball run through her. I think they've had an excellent game so far. I think Jill Ingalls, another one, you know, she's been tasked with being out here on the left-hand side, having to deal with the likes of Brogan Hay, who's got electric pace, likes to be in 1v1, and that's something that as a defender, you know, you don't always envy having someone run at you, but very diligent job, stuck to the task, and there's a lot of Motherwell players here who can be very pleased with how they've performed up to this point.
North's cross turned away by Rafferty, didn't catch it quite as cleanly as she may have wanted to, turns it behind for another Rangers corner.
Yeah, knowing Maddie, she'll be disappointed. She's someone who prides herself in her technique, and I think she had time there just to clip one in there, give her team a chance to attack the ball at the back post possibly.
Medak towards the back post, headed down. Danielson's there for the foul against Hannah Davison, I think, trying to climb and get her head to the ball. And now Paul Brownlee will make a change for Motherwell. It's Laurie Gardner going off, and we're about to have a battle of the sisters as Cody Hay will be coming on to replace Laurie Gardner. And with Brogan already on the pitch for Rangers, is there a storyline to be had in the second half of this Women's Scottish Cup semi-final at Hampden Park?
Yeah, it's a nice family moment, isn't it? Doesn't happen too often, but two sisters obviously going up against each other, and intrigued to know what scarves the families have gone for in the crowd who's here watching.
I think they're sitting in the middle, right on the halfway line possibly. Motherwell looking to move up here. Cody Hayes taking that position, the number 7 of Motherwell, on the same side as her sister Brogan, number 7 for Rangers. Medak camp. Rangers will look to open up the pitch here through Victoria Essen. The goalkeeper in to replace Jenna Fife, who started in that win against Glasgow City on Wednesday. Nolf sliding in, doesn't give it up. Illegally, says the referee Colin White. And Motherwell will have the free kick.
Yeah, it's just overran that there. Didn't get a pass off quick enough, and one of those ones where you almost are. It wasn't quite a lunge, but just reaching to try and win the ball back, and I don't think it was too dangerous. But again, Motherwell will be pleased to get the free kick and just loft the ball into the Rangers half.
Essen and Burchell running in her face, and the referee unhappy with that charge from Tyree Burchell on the Rangers goalkeeper. The young attacker gives her side of the story. It will be a set piece for Rangers, and the referee unhappy with the position it was taken in. Spoke earlier about the momentum. Alki Thompson spoke about, Rachel, but it's not just momentum from winning matches, it's the momentum you can pick up as a club from winning silverware, winning finals, winning leagues, those big matches, and that creates that momentum and that drive and just an all good feeling around the club too.
It absolutely does, and I think first few seasons Rangers probably found that out. Obviously they've had some more recent success, and I think you can see how much that's done for the group as a whole. And they're a club, that have invested a lot. They probably are leading by example in how they've equipped the team and built a framework that they want to build that success that's now expected of them. And so obviously now from the players' perspective, they're expected to come to these occasions and obviously be able to cope with it and then also perform.
Not only that, there's European football there for the taking too. And it all counts towards that momentum the Rangers manager speaks about. Motherwell looking to use the momentum of keeping Rangers out since that Hannah Davison goal back on the 18th minute, as Nolf moving forward, sets herself in the box. It's back for Danielson. Motherwell claim offside, nothing awarded. Cornet, quick one too, driven across. Chelsea Watson there again.
Again, I think the ball needs to arrive sooner. Good combination round the edge of the box. You get in behind. You need to just feed those balls, thread that ball into an area behind the back line, and put that weight on it that gives the strikers a chance. Even if they are coming through late, they can get on the end of something.
Anderson picking up for Motherwell. I think she was aware Essen was off her line, but she had players coming up. She looked to feed Burchell. And just that reminder, if Rangers do slip, Motherwell will have a game plan. Cornet. Nolf. Back for Chelsea. Cornet once more. Rangers with everyone in outfield colours in the Motherwell half. Danielson clipped through for Docherty. Had a trail of claret and amber on her heels there. And the foul throw is the decision. And sloppiness from Rangers, just giving away possession to Motherwell.
Yeah, that's very careless. And I feel like there's a reluctance to just get in behind it. And I'm not an advocate for just putting the ball in for the sake of it, but I think there's the opportunity to, when they get behind just that early delivery, I think physically Rangers have the advantage, and I think you have to back your forwards if the ball is fed into that area, that they can get something on it. You'd expect naturally, because the differences in the professional stature of both these teams, that as the game progresses, Rangers' physical levels will be higher than Motherwell, and from what we're seeing so far, you can't tell that at all.
It's one of the things Paul Brownlee touched on, is they don't have professional status, but as players train in their schedules, and volume is just as difficult as professional players. He was speaking of his pride in getting to the semi-final at Hampden. Flag raised, offside against Rangers on that occasion.
Yeah, Motherwell have done a tremendous job. Obviously, I've known Leanne for a long time, and I've known Paul as well. two people who care the absolute most and will try and drive every single inch out of every single one of these players. And I know the schedule is challenging because Leanne is almost impossible to get hold of on the phone, but they do all that they can to make sure these players do have the best chance, whilst also understanding that, you know, there's work implications for a number of these girls.
What can Rangers work here? It's Brogan Hay. Move forward. Kerr looks to give her something to work with. Maddie Nov to the byline, gets the crossover, headed on by Rafferty towards Doran Barr. Up and out from Motherwell's right-sided defender. Scored that screamer against Glasgow Women that dropped in off the crossbar, announced as the goal of the quarter-finals yesterday. Sam Kerr trying to touch it in for Watson. Advantage played. Emma Watson with the cutback. It's through two. And Cody Hay steps onto it, but she runs into Tessel Middag. The sun shines again at the National Stadium. Davison. Kerr looks to keep it moving. Watson. Sliding challenge from Doran Barr. Claims from the Rangers supporters. Play goes on.
Yeah, great tackle there from Doran Barr. You know, Emma Watson's someone who's very, very good at going 1v1. It's what she loves, and when she gets going, you know, she can be difficult to stop, but times her tackle beautifully, and does very, very well. I think possibly just the beginnings of cramp, which might be something we see from a few as the game progresses.
See a couple of Rangers substitutes come down the stairs. Rachel McLaughlin, Colette Kavanagh, Kirsty McLean, Megan Bell, Lizzie Arnott back on the bench, and Jodie McCleary as Hay loops that one in. Addy heads away. Boyce is there. Gives Cody Hay something to chase for Motherwell. But no, Finhill can take charge. Nolf. Hay possibly could have stepped onto that, but she decided to let it run to try and get it in her path, and it goes out for the Motherwell throw. Yeah,
just on her heels a little, and I think for me we've just seen how effective Brogan Hay can be in the wide area. You know, she can knock the ball and run past most players, and I think sometimes it can be as simple as that. And I felt the movement down this right hand side possibly is overcomplicating the situation, and it's Maddie Nolf who's gotten behind a number of times, who's capable as well, but I think possibly it's more natural for Brogan Hay to be the wider of the two, and Maddie possibly going into that inverted full-back area and being the one that combines more.
There's Tyree Burchell again, not allowing the Rangers defence to rest on the ball. Over the head of Kerr. Maddie powers it forward. Boyce trying to hold up. Docherty takes, rolls it away, and uses Davison. Catherine Hill, over 5 seasons at Rangers. a little bit too much asked of Birchall there, possibly. That's the opportunities the women of Steel are looking for. Is this the opportunity the Gers are looking for? Danielson looks up, cut back for Tessel Middag, off the crossbar. And Motherwell get it away through Addy. Rangers looking to repeat. Docherty over the head of everyone and out for the goal kick, but Tessel Middag coming so close to giving Rangers a second goal, denied by the crossbar.
Yeah, a lively couple of minutes there for us. A great chance. I mean, she connects with the ball beautifully, and it's one of those you think it's just going to crash down and hit the net, but it unfortunately bounces back out, and Motherwell scramble it clear, and then obviously the follow-up cross, it goes out for a goal kick, and Motherwell breathe again.
Out that one goes. Tessel Middag scored in last season's third round win against Stenhousemuir. Scored a double against Motherwell in January's 7-0 win in the SWPL, but she couldn't get herself a semi-final goal there. Just looking to hit the roof of the net, but hit the woodwork. Here she is on the corner. Can she assist? There's a header. A whistle blown against Catherine Hill. She'll ask a question of the referee, Colin White, as Chelsea Watson just looks to shake off a little bit of cramp. Rachel's touched on how that physical side can come into the match on such an occasion. With just under 20 minutes to go to full time. Chelsea Watson's an important one for Motherwell. She's the only player to start in every match played this season. Started again this afternoon. Back into position as much takes the goal kick.
Yeah, she's had a fantastic game so far, and it's understandable for a lot of these players. It's a big pitch, it's the occasion. It's an earlier kick-off time to what some of these players typically play at, and that all feeds into, you know, the nutrition and the preparation that you do. Hopefully, you know, she can find that extra little bit that she needs to see herself through the game, because she's been fundamental to defending that penalty box, which, like I say, Motherwell have done fantastically well.
Rangers in pole position as it stands to put their name in the listing for the Scottish Cup final. Docherty forward for Emma Watson. Can't squeeze it through. Nicola Docherty appeared in 7 of the last 10 Scottish Cup finals with Glasgow City, winning 5 of those. She looks to book her place with Rangers. Hill. Middag. Back for the Rangers captain again. Davison, the first half goal scorer. Watson slips it through for Docherty, driven across goal, and goes there to sweep up because Brogan Hay was coming in at the back post, and the Motherwell captain was alert with a look over the shoulder, and it's behind for another Rangers corner.
Yeah, great play this time down the left. It's mostly been down the right the second half, but lovely little combination. Good run from Nick Dog, just taking that inside position and getting in behind. It's a good ball across the face, no one there though to tap it in.
Middag is on top of much, and she collects that wonderfully out of the sky. And applause from the supporters around the stadium for the goalkeeping again.
Yeah, great hands from Emily Much there. Just takes so much pressure off the back line as a defender. You know, when the goalkeeper claims a corner, it's definitely a sigh of relief and something that you always love to see.
Ingalls said at the start of her career didn't think it would be possible to have a Scottish Cup semi-final at Hampden. To be part of it, to lead out Motherwell, was Birchall. Away from Hill. Knew she didn't have the legs to get into the penalty box, with the Rangers defenders chasing her. Left her on goal wide, but again, just that alarm warning of what she's capable of, even though she's up there isolated on her own at times.
Yeah, we said it in the first half, you know, she's not had the best service, but she makes the most of absolutely every situation. That's twice now where she's just got the better of Catherine Hill, and I think that'll be something that you know, she'll now feel uncomfortable with. It's not a nice feeling when you've got a striker that's on your heels and, you know, you feel sort of twice in succession they've got the better of you. So, you know, she needs to keep at that. Like I say, it's not something that's an enviable task. You've got to do the hard yards, but she's done it well, and she's young players. You know, I'm sure she's got plenty left in her, and she'll keep doing that till the very end of the game.
Cody Hay, encouraged to drive on, keeps chasing. Brogan Hay takes. Danielson looking to get in behind. Much out. A gasp from the crowd in the National Stadium. I'm not sure if she meant to catch it like that. She's gotten away with it, and Amy Anderson's done terrifically there. In goes for Cody Hay. Now Watson. Doesn't do anything dangerous with it. Back for Much. Tried the diagonal for Doran Barr. Docherty. Cornet. Takes that extra step. Under 15 minutes to play at Hampden. Rangers ahead through that Hannah Davidson header. Jill Ingalls running away. She's knocked as she's trying to go across the halfway line. And the referee aware of it, blows for the free kick. Rangers about to make a change. Malky Thompson has seen enough. And when his one sister entered, another one will leave as Brogan Hay is about to be replaced at the end of her afternoon. And coming on in her place is Lizzie Arnott, who's been injured since the 6-0 quarter-final win against Hibs last month. That tie was her last appearance, and it was a scoring one for her. And a signal for Malky Thompson, changing it up. He's aware that Motherwell have just started to grow into the game a little bit recently.
Yeah, I think so, and it's great to see Lizzie back. She's someone who's been a great servant to Rangers over the last couple of seasons. She's scored an incredible amount of goals, and she's someone with the experience. But again, playing it on big occasions and in big stadiums, that I think you'll feel it's a sensible substitution to bring someone like that on that can bring you the maturity, but also the threat of possibly getting that second goal.
And Leanne Crichton comes on for Motherwell. Katie Rice goes off. And Gemma Hughes is the other player coming on for Motherwell. So a flurry of substitutions there. Both managers making their moves. We'll just see how that may change Motherwell's shape. Watson with the free kick. Crichton heads it forward. Kerr peels away. Anderson chases. Kerr continues. Rangers looking to hit Motherwell on the counter. Lauren Doran Barr's there.
Great pace from Doran Barr. It's not easy to go toe-to-toe with Lizzie Arnott, but she was comfortable and does well to just defend it, see it out for a throw-in. Nice and simple.
Georgie Rafferty, the other player going off for Motherwell. Hill. Nolf. Middag. Now Hannah Davison. Docherty. Just having a look at the Motherwell shape, it looks like Birchall's went to the right side. Gemma Hughes is the most advanced player, the number 27 in the centre circle. Leanne Crichton just in behind. For Rangers, Emma Watson moved to the right side. Lizzie Arnott will take up the left attacking position. Just over 10 minutes to play. Rangers 1, Motherwell 0.
I think it's probably just down to personnel and who's been available for Motherwell, but you know, I felt Tidy Birchall was starting to just get a little bit more joy when the ball's coming up to her. I'm surprised, although she's returned to more of a central position now. You know, I think they'll want to keep her as far forward as they possibly can, because she has that threat, she's willing to put her body on the line, and she also has the pace to cause those problems.
Cornet for Hill. Watson finds Nolf. Chelsea Watson with the header. Amy Anderson clears away. Davison lets it drop. Receives again former centre-back partner Hill. That one too heavy for Lizzie Arnott. Rangers leading Scottish Cup scorer this season, just 5 goals in 3 starts before today. A hat-trick against Rossvale too. 17 is the goal tally for Lizzie Arnott for this season in all competitions. Not a bad player to be bringing on off the bench.
No, it isn't, and I think you just look at the comparison of the depths in both sides. You know, you can see Rangers have a lot of quality, but it's been a really enjoyable game. It's been really, you know, even in the sense that Motherwell have very much got a different style to Rangers, but they've competed throughout, and they've made it really difficult. And you know, we're at a point now, there's 10 minutes to go. Can they push to try and get themselves an equaliser? And obviously Rangers will be trying to do their best to not feel those nerves and still try and get that second goal to give them a bit more comfort.
Docherty pierces the ball through. Arnott chasing, can't get there. Semi-final build-up has been met with a semi-final performance from both teams. The competitiveness, the air around the pitch and in the stands. Anderson digging away. Rangers come away with it. Zip through for Danielson. Flag stays down. And now a free kick has been awarded with no advantage as Docherty is sitting on the Hampden turf. Back to her feet, and Rangers with an opportunity with just around 8 minutes of normal time to play. Can they put this one to bed with another goal? Medak's looking to this side. She has a clear view. 5 players on the edge of the box in Rangers blue. Davison, Watson, Danielson, Hill and Cornett all ready. Medak clips it over. It's Chelsea Watson who gets the touch. Davison whips it to the back of the box. Addy heads away. Burchell runs onto it. Away from Arnott. Looking to do the same with Tessel Medak. Plays a teasing ball in towards Gemma Hughes. And substitute in her first start at Fir Park on Tuesday of this season. Grabbed a double with a 4-0 win. A bit of quality brought on from the subs bench. Rangers throw. Nicola Docherty has a look, but there will be another change made in this swing. Malky Thompson bring on another sub, and it will be Jodie McCleary who's coming on. Jenny Danielson going off, heavily involved on the wing in the first half, maybe not so much at times in the second as she moved more central. And Jodie McCleary will come on, scored her first senior hat-trick in the win against University of Stirling in January's 4th round. Her 25th appearance in all competitions this season. Medak back to Essen. Rangers goalkeeper hasn't had much to do this afternoon. Is she about to start a dangerous attack? Cornett over, beyond McCleary and beyond Arnott too. Kerr claims the corner. A goal kick is the decision, to the frustration of Rangers, but not totally frustrating as they're still ahead with just over 5 minutes to go in the semi-final. Rangers 1, Motherwell 0.
Yeah, really good run this time from Chelsea Cornett from midfield. Just gives Catherine Hill a simple ball just to loft it in behind. She gets on the end of it, puts a great ball into the box, and Once again, just really resolute defending. You know, the Motherwell back five have been absolutely exceptional, and add Emily Much to that, who's made some really terrific saves.
Boyce, Doran Bart, Middag for Rangers. Out of play it goes. Motherwell, they don't want the aftermath to be the credit for the performance. They're only a goal down. They want to extend this semi-final if they can. Rangers want to finish it. Anna Davison started the job with that first half header. Malky Thompson's side move forward. Nolf is looking to carry that one through for Emma Watson. Is she to be the player to have a say towards the end of this game?
Yeah, you feel we're at a point where Motherwell need to probably do a little more, be a little more aggressive. Rangers are very comfortable to just keep possession and just try and pick them off, but they're going to need to try something, I think, to get the ball into the Rangers' defensive half and try and create a chance for them.
Rangers comfortable here. Anderson picks up, loose ball from Davison. Hughes is chasing, she'll get there. What support does she have? She turns into Maddie Nolf, her opposite number.
Yeah, disappointing. I think she has to go forward. She looks to turn back, which is probably a reflection of how the Motherwell players are feeling in the game, but that's a moment there to just take the ball forward and can you put the ball in the box?
Drive the scream of Malky Thompson, striven from Docherty to McCleary. Here's Lizzie Arnott taking on Doran Bart, lifts it over onto the top of the net. Goal kick is the decision. I think Lauren Doran Bart has just gone down with a bit of cramp on that far side of the penalty box.
I'm not too surprised. She's done a lot of running up and down that wing. She's been asked to, you know, get forward when she can, but she's done it in spells when the option's been there, and she's also defended that channel for her team, you know, religiously, and credit to her. And you know, a few more minutes to hopefully find a way for our team to get back in this.
Rangers, as it stands, minutes away from booking their first Scottish Cup final appearance since 2010. Their other in 2009. Tessel Middag, Emma Watson rolls to create an extra bit of space and gets the corner off Jill Ingalls. Malky Thompson have been speaking pre-match about the work that she's done. She's having a big impact currently, but says there's been a lot of work done by Emma Watson with the coaching staff at Rangers ahead of her recent impact. She wholeheartedly wants to be a top professional, and that's how she conducts herself. She moves away from being the short option. Middag, there's the header, and Rangers seal a place in the final, surely. It's too much for Motherwell at the end of the game. It's the set piece, the delivery from Tessel Middag, and it's Rangers 2, Motherwell 0.
Another great finish, another brilliant delivery into the box. We've spoken about Middag's quality from the start, and she's got great technique. Just another example there. She chooses to just float that one into just the edge of the 6-yard box, and it's a lovely header, does everything right, heads it down. Emily Much possibly be disappointed when she sees it back. Can't quite get anything on it to keep it out, but a good header, and you know, at 2-0 I think it's game over.
Chelsea Cornet, who scored in the 5th round win against Rossvale. That was her last Rangers goal, but she now has a semi-final goal to add to that. In the right spot to nod the ball beyond Emily Much into the back of the net. And Tessel Middag will go off and be replaced by 18-year-old Kirsty McLean.
Another player who I'm excited to see. Kirsty McLean, someone that, similarly to Emma Watson, you know, she's a young talent that a lot of people are very aware. She's got exceptional ability, and you know, for these players, it's exciting to get on these stages, and it's also important that they get the chance to, you know, feel what it's like and earn the opportunity to play here and learn the trade and refine the skills that are needed to become a top professional.
Remember Kirsty McLean coming on in the summer of 2021 against Hamilton Accies. Smoothed into the side, coming on as a sub. It's her 33rd appearance of the season. Great numbers for the youngster. As we enter into the additional time, Rachel, just an opportunity to tell us who you've went for as your player of the match this afternoon. Yeah, well, disappointing for Motherwell. They've conceded again, but for me, I think it's a huge credit to the way the team's set up. I think a lot of their players have, as we mentioned, have had a really strong performance. They've stayed disciplined, but I felt Chelsea Watson's been someone who has been at the focal point of that. She's got her head to numerous clearances and defended that penalty box very well. So for me, it's Chelsea Watson's my player of the game. Just a compliment towards the Motherwell performance this afternoon. Won't be what they want to hear in the immediate aftermath of this one. There'll be disappointment and nothing to show beyond this afternoon's match for the commitment, the desire, the performance put in against this Rangers team. But Rangers have been professional. Their eyes on the final place. And a couple of deliveries, a couple of headers is putting them into the final. Yeah, I think professional is a good word for it. I don't think they've overexerted themselves. I think they probably have had another gear or two in them if they've needed it. And that's why I think you need to credit Motherwell, because I feel like their performance has been one that's, worthy of a semi-final, and, they will be disappointed because ultimately at this stage in a cup competition you want to be the winning team. You don't want to be the team that's maybe performed admirably, but yeah, for Rangers, I think they've done well to remain professional and see the game out. It's been 1-0 for a large spell, and I think they've done well to kind of manage that. Arnott. Twisting and turning. Docherty. McLean for Docherty. Looks for Watson. Addy's there. Will it go over the white paint? It does eventually. And Motherwell will have the goal kick. Just about 30 seconds of the 3 additional minutes left to play at Hampden, as the air starts to settle on the first historic Women's Scottish Cup semi-final played at the National Stadium. Focus and attention will now turn towards the next one. Glasgow City and Celtic coming up tomorrow afternoon. McCleary trying to squeeze that one through for Arnott. Motherwell get it upfield. Gemma Hughes will chase. And that is the full-time whistle. Rangers book their final appearance for the first time in the Scottish Cup since 2010, with goals in either half. The first half from Hannah Davison's header, and the second half right at the end with Chelsea Cornet on the spot to nod beyond Emily Much into the back of the net. But it's Malky Thompson's side who will celebrate as they get another final appearance this season. The holders of the SWPL Cup from the first half will have another date at Hampden for the Scottish Cup final. Rachel Corsey, you just mentioned there the professional performance. Malky Thompson may look for extras after this when he analyses it, but right now the most important thing is Rangers' name is in the hat for the final. You're absolutely right, and that's what they would have wanted when they arrived today. They just wanted to find a way to be in that final, and it doesn't really matter how you do it. I think they controlled the game from the start. They will need to be much better and much more efficient in the final, whether it's City or Celtic, but today they've earned that right. They've earned the right to get through, and now, as you mentioned as well, they'll have a nice another date to look forward to in the diary. The acknowledgement between the teams here as the handshakes continue between the Rangers players, the Rangers coaching staff, the Motherwell players and the Motherwell coaching staff too. You did pick a Motherwell player for your player of the match, Rachel. Just a word on the performance from the Women of Steel this afternoon. They came to Hampden. Paul Brownlee did mention they knew how difficult this task was. They wanted to enjoy it, not that the occasion overawe them too. That didn't happen. They stood up from the very first minute of this game. Some terrific blocks, a couple of terrific saves from Emily Much too. And despite that, they'll look back in this with a lot to be proud of.
They absolutely will. And you know, I think more than anything, I think being here, it inspired them to that performance. I thought they were exceptional, and they obviously had a game plan where they would sit behind the ball, and ideally, you know, you don't want to give a goal away. They did in the end in the 17th minute, and that could have, you know, they could have crumbled, or they could have become undisciplined and stepped out. They didn't. They stayed very much in the tie throughout. Tidy Birchall, a few moments really where you see the quality that she's going to have. We know how well she's done for them so far this season, obviously on loan, but another top performance from her. And you know, the back line and the midfield in front of that did so well to limit the chances that Rangers could create. So, albeit disappointing they've lost, I think it's been a really great day out for them, hopefully, and I hope they've enjoyed it.
Rangers snapped up the first chance with Hannah Davidson's header after 18 minutes, powering it beyond Emily Much. But the Motherwell goalkeeper had a super save not long after on Kirsty Howitt, who was one-on-one through and point blank from the Motherwell stopper. Hannah Davison could have added a second in the first half just before half-time as she looped the ball over the crossbar when it looked easier to score. Tessel Middag also hit the crossbar in the second half with a shot after her late run into the box, but Chelsea Cornet behind a group of bodies was there as the ball dropped onto her head, and she put the ball past Emily Much on that Motherwell goal line yet again. But it's Rangers who continue their unbeaten run, 9 games in all competitions and yet to concede a Scottish Cup goal this season. They will turn towards tomorrow's semi-final to see who their opponents will be in the Women's Scottish Cup final. But Rangers know they'll be competing to get their hands on that newly designed trophy that you saw at half-time. And Malky Thompson and Paul Brownlee just take their players through some final words on the pitch after a momentous occasion, a momentous day, a historic day here at Hampden. The first semi-final in the Women's Scottish Cup finishes Rangers 2, Motherwell 0.